to calculate. I'm going to pick the kids. I'd rather go and get it first if I can pick the kids from the daycare because living. Oh my goodness. They will come. They left the car. They left the kids in the car. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, those kids! Oh, the same way they do over there. Oh no, they can't.
I'm a boy.
They,
Like, where did they just like anyway? They probably don't have so much going on in their lives, right?
they don't have kids. They barely do. After all, that's why they're having the negative birth rate here. Many of them don't have kids. I know my neighbors. Okay, this one has just one. This one no child. So they are like all of you are on top of these children. You are all parents to these children.
Wow. I mean, if they would help, that's not bad, right? If they would come and say, "Oh, could I help? Like, could I help you babysit?" But why are they calling 911? Like that's ridiculous to me. I understand the whole safety thing. I understand that, but I think that theirs is beyond just being. Theirs is beyond just being.
If I'm going to work, maybe it's a statutory holiday where the daycares of my kids are closed. I have a friend, her mom is around, I take them there. And she has a son, so they are there. I always have a plan B. Or at the point I did have nanny because there was a time my daughter was sick, she was teething, and I had to work. So I had to get a nanny. I kept at home.
Whereas it takes a community to raise a child, that's back in Nigeria. This one, they're not raising your child. They're reporting 911 so that they will come and social services will come and get your child away from you. That's not raising your child for you.
Yeah, they're not raising. The scrutiny is always high being a black over their fellow. Just the same way like spanking, when the kids act out when you're out. And
yeah.
You just see them smiling, but you know that their eyes are on you to see. Of course, they know that
in Canada, you're allowed to spank.
Yes, you can. You can spank. Just don't object. There are rules around it. You can't.
Yeah, don't abuse because they call it abuse. My mother beat the hell out of me growing up.
They're like, oh, you do? I'm like, yes, because you don't want the police when you don't spank them, you don't discipline them, and the kids grow up to be entitled, and then you say, oh, those black men. I don't want to be infamous. I give an example. The boy in Uvalde, Texas, who went into the elementary school. I said, now,
oh my God.
Anywhere she walks on the street, people know her as the mother of the boy that killed people. That's not a good report.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to point, I will discipline them now. So everybody will change.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that boy wasn't even living with his mom because the mom couldn't take care of him. He was shipped to his grandma. I mean,
yes.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Before he went to the elementary school and shot everybody there.
I'm very passionate about this shooting case. This whole shooting thing. I haven't watched the trial. I'm passionate about it because I can't even imagine how people. How you are a human being. I can't imagine how you are a human being when you can shoot your fellow human beings. Not one, not two, not three. The Parkland case, I just finished watching the trial. It was crazy. So yes, that's another topic. Nigerians abroad. How do you take care of your children? Like, how do you spank them? How do you discipline them? So what do you do?
I beat myself yell times, but then it's good. When it gets to a point where it's just too much, I spank. Like you can't help because you get that at some point. The same thing over and over again. You spank and then he'll cry or timeouts. Timeouts walks away.
Timeout. How about denying them of the things that they like?
Sometimes you take his tab and then you get a timeout. It depends on the gravity of it. But if it is to correct, I don't play. He has to be corrected because they can't grow up. Everything they want, they get. Then you're raising
entitlement spirit. Yeah.
You come and be dealing with it. I told them, I said, nobody is going to ask me because people back will be like, if he was in Nigeria, he would have thought that. Nobody's going to ask me that question. My parents raised me right, and I will do the same for my kids.
Correct.
So I'm big on that. And I get a lot of looks and funny enough, many of these whites, their parents spanked them. One was telling me about belts. Said anything the morning.
I heard one recently, they took down his door. He said that growing up, they took down his door. So I don't know what he did and what he was doing, but he didn't have a room door.
I'm telling
because like, oh, you think you have that, luxury or
you,
go to show.
that generation though, not these young ones. One told me that anything the mother lays her hands on is a weapon. A white, it could be belt, it could be fry pan, it could be spatula, like anything the mother's hand lay on is going on your back. Another one told me belts. The father uses belts. They were raised on the farm, and you see how they turn out. But then you see their children that they didn't do anything. Those ones entitled at 20 years old. The boy is still living in your house, is eating. No plan for the future. Go to school, no. Go and get a job, no. What are you doing at 20 years old?
Exactly.
And you're waiting for your mother that is 60 something that is still working to come and give you money for cigarettes.
Someone exactly. Spare the rod, spoil the child was not scribbled out of their Bible. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't. I don't think that. Like you even hear the way they even speak to their parents. Like God, I have witnessed the family here in Canada, and the way that the children speak to their parents. I'm flabbergasted. Really, my mouth is open, because a young child. There was one day I saw her watching what's it called? Like watching I don't know what she was doing, playing games that they were swearing, a lot of cuss words. So I said, are you allowed to do that? And she said, well, I swear all the time anyways.
Mm. That's it.
This is a 10-year-old child. She was
Oh,
like, she swears all the time anyway, so what's the big deal in her playing games that there's a lot of cuss words?
and
Ah,
the mother, they are there looking at her. Many of them, I have some of them. Their mothers, their grandmas are the ones raising their grandkids because their children cannot raise the kids. White, I'm not talking about indigenous. They have to collect those kids from their children.
oh, yeah.
I have
Wow.
she's very close to me. In fact, most of the time she's always checking up with me. What are you doing? Her son and my son are best friends. Part of the reason why is because she sees the way I handle my son. Like I don't play. And so her son, and she has three boys, twins, and then the first one. Every time
Oh. Is
she
she white?
white, she looks overwhelmed. She's always looking stressed. I'm like, babe, what's the problem? And then she goes, oh, and then you can see the way the boy is. I want this. The other time I say, I want it. Even the husband. I call her. I said, look, you will tell him no.
No. Why is it so hard to say no? That's my own. Why is it so difficult for them to
They
say
know.
no?
You can't put it on. They know. So whenever I come around, the husband and the wife, they will tell their son, you better behave. Abigail is here, or else you get it. So they use me as they know that.
Oh, they use you. Can you imagine? Sorry, let me say something. Sorry, let me cut you short. So for those who are here, I know there are just a few people here. People have been joining in and coming out. If you want to join, if you want to talk, share any story, with us, you can request to join. We've been having a good chat here about living in Canada, about our own stories, about the people, our colleagues, our neighbors. So yeah, if you'd like to join, just please send a request and I'll add you on. I'm here till like maybe 5:30 or 6 p.m. It's 2 hours a week for you guys. So yeah, please join us to chat. We're just gisting, freestyling, really. And while you chat or while you join, sorry, please follow the page Secret Success and Struggles with Siege. The idea behind it is to have a community where people can come and share their stories, successes, whatever it is, that we go through as immigrants in Canada, even as applicants, right? Yeah, we'd like to talk to you after the program. Oh, would like to talk to me after the program? I mean, you can send an email, send a DM, and we can chat.
Yeah.
So, yes, what were we saying? Sorry, I caught you
So,
short.
no, we're talking about the David. Go and tell your sister to put on the water. Sorry, give me a second. Go and tell her she was running water. They're playing with their Gracie. Leave the toilet, please. Get out. That is why she has to be home. Shh, don't yell her name like that. Call her nicely. Please, can you come? This is how we correct.
I said it's not money related. I mean, I don't. Please, I wish it was money related. I even wish it was money related because I need money.
Oh, so like I was Yeah, they know. Like, and many of them, they really love the African way of doing things. You see, many of them gravitate. So this is my particular friend, and most times when she comes to me and she goes, "Oh, like they're so spoiled," she will tell you, she will say, "They're so spoiled. They're so rough." I told her, I said, "No, you cannot have that." Like the day I visited her house, oh my god, it was everything. The clothes were on the balcony. Beautiful house because the husband owns his company. He's an electrician, and you know they have money. So
Yeah.
gorgeous. She's a counselor with the Avatar Health Services. So she's
Oh
also
yeah, maybe.
that paid well. Oh my god. The day I came, clothes were strewed on their stairs. Everything was just I came, I was like, what the hell
Since
is
they have so much money, why can't they get like a maid or
uh
a help or something?
oh god. She
Yeah, it's expensive. Like,
expensive. And so she goes, I know, I'm so sorry. She kept apologizing. She was so conscious. I'm so sorry. The house is messed up. I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay. She says, I know the kids. I said, no, what we're going to do is they will join you and start doing chores. For example, when the kids come in, I had to give her an example. They take away their shoe, they throw it. I said, no, 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 no. Call him back. He will pick it up and go and put it in the mudroom. Because if you don't occupy them, they will scatter the house for you. Period.
yes,
So they're not
yeah.
doing anything. They're bored. The boy is bored. And since I gave her that, but you still see that it's a struggle for her to hand down. Like, white people are not like that. It's like, do you want to do this? And then the boy goes, no. And then he comes, I'm like, no, you won't ask.
Do you want to do this? Which child? How many children actually say, yes, I want to do this?
Oh, okay. Baby girl. Just good example of what I go through. Come on. This is it. All right. No wonder my tap has been running since. No, it's okay, it's okay.
She decided to brush her teeth.
She wants to brush her teeth. Mama, we're not doing that. Be a good girl.
Be a good girl.
I'm closing the toilet.
Yeah, so guys, if you'd like to join, we're just chatting. We're just chatting about the struggles that we go through as immigrants. Do you want to take a moment? Do you want to take a moment? You can take a moment and come back.
Are you okay? She got it. You know, why? And then she goes, do you want to get this? And I'm like, no, we're not asking him. You tell him. So they have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they have a problem with actually saying no and actually, I don't know. But at work, they're always quick. They're the ones quick to be firm and say things and
Oh, yeah.
criticize people. So why can't you do that in your own home? I don't know, like, but
They
yeah.
are not firm.
What
And
did you say?
this my friend, her parents are immigrants, but they are white immigrants. So
Oh,
heavily accented, but she was born and bred in Canada. But she's a white. I think they're from, is it Poland? One of those countries that doesn't speak English.
like European country. Okay.
Yeah. Their grandparents, her parents were the ones who migrated. Even I've met the parents, we're quite close. And when they talk, they are heavily accented. Like their English is heavily accented. You will know that English is not their first language. So yeah, like I tell people, and the same thing I tell people when they do racism, I'm like, we are all bloody immigrants. The only people that are indigenous or Canadians are the indigenous. Every other white person, it's either your grandparents are the ones who
Oh yeah,
but
exactly.
the truth is, you have no right to be racist because we are all immigrants. And once you know this,
You don't know what they say that you're black and you're African. They, first and foremost, the way they think you don't know anything. That's the default.
yes,
The
that's
default is that you don't know anything. You're from the third world country. What can you possibly know?
exactly.
So you have to now do like twice as much as you would naturally do, just to prove yourself first that
Yes,
you can actually do something. And that's something that we go through. as immigrants, and it's really painful because we're already going through other things. Like there's so many other things that